Hey, it's Kara. Welcome to Deep Root Connections. In this episode, I want to share with you a short conversation I had with one of my goats. His name is Bo. He is in the transition into the afterlife phase. Um, and the other day, I was sitting with him just watching the sun go down and stroking his beard. He's a Saanen, a big white goat with a big beard. And he told me that he wanted to share some insight about the end of life phase from his perspective. And so I posted a Q&A on my Instagram for people to just ask whatever questions they had for him. And so I want to share that with you today. And then this is going to be part one of two. My next episode, I want to deep dive into what animals have shared with me about the end of life, the transition, and into the afterlife, and how best we can support them as their guardians. But for right now, I just want to share the Q&A I had with my buddy Bo. So I'm gonna pull up his conversation real fast and share that with you. Okay. So the first question that came in was, will you miss us as much as we will miss you? And he says, this goes to all beings that pass and leave human counterparts behind. Of course we will miss you, but it's in a different fashion that you miss us, those who have transitioned. We, in the spirit realm, can still see you, visit you, feel you. We are connected infinitely, like a cord of connection that cannot be severed. The difference is, in physicality, we miss the physical aspects. We miss the touch, the smell, the dirt and grime. We miss the things we can hold versus the sensations we can feel in essence. It's a different kind of connection. So, in a sense, yes, some of us who transition will miss the physical, but some of us won't, and will continue to try to connect with our loved ones regardless. We never go away, we never go far. I guess that's the big misconception people make when a loved one dies. We don't go far, so our missing of you is much different because we can still see and be part of your life regardless if you know about it or not. The next question. What do you think are the best ways of living your life at the fullest? He says, don't be scared of getting hurt. Failing is not completing the task. I've seen too many people keep themselves small because of the hurt or perceived pain that could be if they did the thing their heart and soul desires. Giving yourself freely is a gift to the world, even if they, the larger world, does not understand. Don't be scared to be you, unabashedly. It gives you freedom and the wings to fly. When one can encompass their whole, true, beautiful self, they begin to learn how to fly, to be free. Open your hearts and let yourself go unabashedly. All right, our next question. How are you dealing and coming to terms with dying? He says, my mom is having a harder time than I am, but she knows I'll be okay and move on gracefully. I am peaceful. I was given a life I wasn't going to get otherwise. I came to my mom sickly. Most would have sent me off sooner. I am grateful for every waking moment I have ever experienced in this lifetime. It is and has been a gift. When I go, I'll go back into light and become pure, and whole once again. But I'll miss physicality. I enjoy the sunshine in my face, a great scratch, and a good belly full of grass. Those aspects will be missed. Next question. Can animals still be with us, visit us in a different way after they die? And he says, yes, we can always visit when we no longer have our outer shell or physical body. We become mere energy and never truly go away. We are simply a mere thought away. I plan on visiting my mama quickly after I transition to let her know my passing. I do not quite yet know how I will present myself to her yet. I kind of like the idea of working with the wind or the clouds. Next question. Do you sense those who have passed around you, as in waiting to guide you when you transition? And he says, I can. I can sense a lot of my good friends waiting for me, but I am not ready to go. Not quite yet. They can wait. Next question. Would you reincarnate into another form? Bo says, my soul is quite tired. I think I'll allow myself to rest for a good long while before becoming physical again. I am in no rush to exit the physical plane or to return to it when I cross over. Next question. How do you know what or how it will be after your physical death? And he says, I have done this whole physical existence experience over many lifetimes in different kinds of bodies. I have made the journey home over and over again, so there will be no surprises. While I am home in this body, in this physical life, my true home is back to source, back to light, back to the purest love in all existences. I know what to expect because I never forgot where I came from or where I'll be going. And the last question that he was asked is, were you ever human? And this was such a cute question because he chuckled so kindly, like he was so honored to be asked this question. But he said, no, I cannot say I've been in a human physical body, and that's okay with me. I personally like the four-footed kind of bodies and living a quiet life outside. I'm quite comfortable as an animal, and I think that it is pretty special. The connection an animal can have with a human is one of the most precious gifts, and I couldn't imagine living any other way. Yeah, so those were a few of the questions that were asked and answered by Bo. He eventually got a little tired and decided to close the connection at that point, but he promises that when he does transition and go back into spirit, that he wants to come back around and do a full throttle session where we can kind of dig a little deeper and ask him. He's saying up to 20 questions right now, but we'll see. So he does want to answer some questions about the afterlife. And so he's just saying, stay tuned. I'll be back. My conversation is not over yet. So thank you so much for listening. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that have older animals and have moved through the transition phase with their loved ones. So I hope this brings some peace or some comfort to you. And yeah, the next episode, we will dive deep into how we can best support our animals and their thoughts about the afterlife. So Stay tuned.